He was crying in the bathroom. Said he didn't know what he wanted. I held him. Told him we'd figure it out. But that night I heard him whispering on the balcony, "She'll be gone soon. Then we're free." I pretended to sleep. When he left for work the next day, I opened his laptop and what I found made me. It's hard to put this into words. I'm still shaken. Still piecing things together. My name is Marcy. I'm 37. I lived with my boyfriend Drew in Spokane, Washington. We were together 9 years. He cried in the bathroom one night. Told me he didn't know what he wanted. I held him. Told him we'd figure it out. I thought it was about work. About life. I never thought it was about getting rid of me. But that night, I heard him on the balcony. Whispering. "She'll be gone soon. Then we're free." I laid in bed pretending to sleep. I didn't move. Just listened. My heart was pounding. Next morning, he kissed me goodbye and went to work. I waited 5 minutes, then opened his laptop. Emails. So many. To a woman named Ray. She wasn't new. They'd been talking for over a year. More than talking. Pictures. Videos. Sex. But that wasn't the worst. They had a folder. Called Plan. Inside were messages about me. They talked about my health. I fainted twice in the past 3 years. Once was a bad flu. The other was low blood pressure. But I'd told Drew about my mom's heart condition. About how it runs in our family. He used it. He wrote, "Maybe I don't get her to the ER in time." She wrote back, "We're so close." They wanted me dead. And the reason? Insurance. A $250,000 life policy that I took out 2 years ago. I never thought anything of it. He pushed for it. Said it was responsible. Said if anything ever happened to me, he didn't want to worry. I saw their timeline. They were waiting for October. That's when the policy matured fully. That was 3 weeks away. They were ready. I didn't cry. Not at first. I just sat there, staring at the screen. My whole body went cold. My hands shook, but my head was clear. Too clear. Something in me shut off. I went into survival mode. I screenshotted every email. Every message. Every picture. I saved them all to a flash drive we kept in the junk drawer. Then I packed a small bag and left the house. I didn't even tell my job. I drove straight to my sister's in Boise. She answered the door in her robe, half asleep, and I told her everything. She made me tea. I couldn't drink it. I just kept reading those emails over and over. My sister, Amy, wanted to go to the police. But I knew that wouldn't work, not yet. All we had were emails. He hadn't done anything yet. The cops would say it was all just talk. Maybe even fantasy. And Ray? She didn't even live in the same city. She was in Portland. But she came to visit often. I found proof of that too, Airbnb receipts, gas charges, one hotel booked under a fake name. I couldn't wait for them to try and fail. I needed something bigger. Something solid. If I went back home, I knew they'd watch me. If Drew thought I knew, he might push the plan faster. So I didn't tell him I left. I turned off my phone, bought a burner at a gas station, and waited. That's when something strange happened. 2 days later, I got a text on the burner. From an unknown number. "You don't know me. But I know Ray. Be careful. She's not who you think." At first, I thought it was spam. But the person sent me screenshots. More emails. Not from Drew, but from Ray to someone else. That's when I realized she wasn't just cheating with Drew. She was stringing along another guy. A guy named Brian who lived in Portland. She told him she was trapped in a fake relationship with a married man. Drew's not married, but maybe she lied and she needed money to get out. Over $12,000 wired in total. She had pictures of bruises. Said, he beats me. Same kind of lies she told Drew about me. That I was unstable, controlling, that I'd faked my fainting to manipulate him. So she was scamming both men. Probably more. I asked the unknown number who they were. They said, I'm Brian's sister. He tried to kill himself after she ghosted him. Found her emails to your boyfriend. He's still in the hospital. Be careful. My blood went cold again. So this wasn't just a woman sleeping with my boyfriend. This was someone dangerous. Someone who used men, drained them, then disappeared. And Drew. God. Drew was just one more idiot she'd fooled. But he was still planning to kill me. That part was real. That night I made a choice. If I went to the police now, they might stop him. Sure. But they'd never punish him the way I wanted. He'd cry, say he was manipulated, say he never really planned to hurt me. He'd get a deal. Maybe probation. Community service. That wasn't enough. I wanted to destroy him the way he almost destroyed me. So I made a plan of my own. I stayed with Amy another 4 days, laying low. I used the time to dig deeper. I didn't just want revenge, I wanted to end everything Ray was doing. I wanted to make sure no one else ever ended up in a hospital like Brian. I made a fake email. Posed as a guy named Eli, who said he saw Ray's profile on a dating site. I attached a stock photo of some model-looking guy. Within hours, she responded. That woman didn't miss a beat. She flirted fast. Asked where Eli lived. Said she was looking for a serious connection with someone who understood her pain. Then she sent pictures. Same exact pose she'd sent Drew and Brian. I kept it going. Got her talking. After just 3 days of messaging, she said she was coming to Spokane to see a sick aunt, but really wanted to meet me, Eli. Perfect. Now I had a way to get her there. I called Drew that same night. It had been over a week since I disappeared. I used the burner phone and a disguised voice app to make the number look random. He picked up on the second ring. Hello? He sounded shaky. Worried. I didn't say my name. I just said, you shouldn't plan someone's death over email, Drew. It leaves a trail. He went quiet. Then I hung up. That wasn't the main point. I just wanted him scared. Off balance. I knew what would come next. And I was right. 2 hours later, I checked the cloud sync I'd set up before I left. Drew had logged into the laptop. Searched for how to erase hard drive permanently and how to delete emails forever. Good. Keep digging your hole. The next day, Ray messaged Eli that she'd be arriving in Spokane Thursday. She wanted to meet somewhere quiet. I told her about a remote Airbnb I owned. I gave her a fake address, but one that was close to a friend of Amy's, a woman who owed her a big favor. We set up hidden cameras. Real ones. And the whole thing was wired for audio. When Ray arrived, we caught everything. She walked in like she owned the place. Wore tight jeans, fake designer boots, and had a little roller bag. She sat on the couch, reapplied her lipstick, and texted Eli, here. You better be hot face blowing a kiss instead of a date, she got me. I walked in and shut the door behind me. Her smile vanished. Who the hell are you? She asked. I didn't answer. I just pulled out my phone, hit record, and sat across from her. I know about Drew. I know about Brian. I know about the money, the emails, the insurance. Sit down, Ray. She tried to stand up. Tried to leave. But the door was locked. I kept my voice calm. If you scream, the cops show up. And you'll have to explain everything. She froze. Then she laughed. You think you're gonna blackmail me or something? No, I said. I think I'm going to destroy you. I laid out the flash drive. The screenshots. The messages. Everything. I didn't just show her what I knew. I showed her what I had on Drew too. She got quiet. Real quiet. Then she surprised me. She started crying. You don't get it, she whispered. He was going to kill you no matter what. I was going to leave. I wanted out. But he said once you were gone, we could run. Bull. But it didn't matter. Because now I knew something even more important. Ray was scared of Drew too. They weren't a team anymore. They were two snakes biting each other's tails. And if I played this right, I could make them turn on each other. So I offered her a deal. You flip on him. You give me a full confession on video. Everything you two planned. What he said. What you said. The insurance. All of it. She looked down. I added, if you don't, I take this to the police and the IRS. You'll go down for fraud, conspiracy, identity theft, and probably some federal stuff I haven't even thought of yet. She stared at me for a long time. Then nodded. I want immunity. I'm not the cops, I said. You want your life back, give me everything. She agreed. The next day, she gave me the full story. On video. Start to finish. And what she revealed made everything worse. Drew wasn't just planning to let me die. He had already bought something. Something deadly. Ray told me everything. She said Drew had bought a bottle of pills online from some shady site. It was a heart medication. One that could stop someone's heart if mixed with alcohol or taken in too high a dose. He'd mentioned it after one of our arguments a few months back. Said, you drink too much wine when you're upset. One of these days, it's gonna hurt you. Now I knew what he meant. He planned to crush the pills and put them in my wine. Said I was emotional, and if I collapsed, he'd find me too late. I felt sick. But I didn't cry. I was past that. I asked Ray where the pills were. She said they were hidden in his nightstand, taped under the drawer. I believed her. She also said Drew had no idea she was done with him. That was important. So we made the final move. I went back home. It had been over 2 weeks. I walked in like nothing happened. Like I just needed space. He was sitting on the couch. Pale. Eyes sunken. He looked like hell. When he saw me, he froze. Then he ran to me. Marcy, Jesus, I thought, where were you? Are you okay? I called the police. Filed a report. I thought something happened. I hugged him. Tight. Said, I just needed time. But I'm home now. We can fix this. He cried. For real this time. Not the fake kind. I kissed his cheek and whispered, let's go to bed. That night, he poured me wine. I watched him do it. His hands were shaking. He added the crushed pill when he thought I wasn't looking. I saw the white dust swirl, just barely. I smiled and took the glass. Sat on the couch. Pretended to drink. He watched me close. Then I stood up, held the glass, and poured it right into the sink. When I turned around, I was holding the little voice recorder in my hand. His face dropped. I hit play. It was Ray's voice. He told me he was going to put the pills in her wine. Said she wouldn't feel a thing. Just pass out. He'd say she mixed her meds with alcohol by accident. Drew stood up. Backed away. Marcy, listen, I pulled out my phone and showed him the videos. The screenshots. Everything. You think you're smart? I said. You think I didn't see this coming? He tried to grab my phone. I slapped his hand away. Sit down. He didn't. He ran for the door. But the cops were already there. They'd been outside for 20 minutes. See, I'd made a deal of my own, with the police. I didn't trust them at first. But once I had Ray's video and Drew's audio from earlier calls and emails, they were willing to set a trap. They waited until Drew tried to poison me. Until he handed me the glass. That was enough. They arrested him right in the front yard. Ray showed up an hour later with her lawyer. She turned in every email, every transaction, every receipt. She threw Drew under the bus, said she was manipulated. The cops didn't buy it entirely, but they let her go with probation and mandatory fraud counseling. She also had to pay back over $40,000 to other victims, including Brian. Drew didn't get off so easy. He was charged with attempted murder, fraud, insurance conspiracy, and some kind of cybercrime for deleting files. He got 27 years. Minimum. I didn't go to the trial. Didn't need to. He sent me letters from jail. The first one said he was sorry. The second said he missed the life we had. I didn't open the rest. Just sent them back. Ray tried to contact me again a few months later. Said she wanted to thank me for saving her. I blocked her. I'm not interested in her redemption arc. Now? I'm still in Boise. Still rebuilding. Therapy helps. So does quiet. Sometimes I still wake up in a panic, thinking I'm back in that house. Thinking he's watching me sleep. But then I remember, I'm free. And he's not. Some people ask why I didn't just leave. Why I didn't run and forget him. But they don't understand. This wasn't just about leaving. This was about finishing it. About making sure he never touched another woman again. About burning the whole rotten plan down, with him inside it. And I did. So yeah. He cried in the bathroom. Said he didn't know what he wanted. I held him. But that night on the balcony, when he whispered, "She'll be gone soon," he was right. I was gone. Just not the way he thought.